Today, I'm showing you the first automation every small business should set up. Missed call text back.
Today, I'm talking about one of the simplest automations that can make a big difference in your business. Missed call text back. Now, listen, I know automation can sound really fancy. It can sound like something only big companies use with a whole tech team sitting somewhere in matching hoodies. I know, I get it, but this one is simple. If someone calls your business and you miss the call, your system automatically sends them a text message. That's it. Simple, useful, powerful. Because the truth is, a missed call is not just a missed call. A missed call can be a missed customer, a missed appointment, a missed sale, or a missed opportunity to start a real conversation. And for Small Business Month, I want to help you stop letting easy wins slip away. Today, I'm going to show you why this matters, how it works, and why this is one of the first systems I believe every small business owner should set up. Let's start with real life. You're running your business, you're answering emails, you're creating content, you're helping customers, you're making decisions. You're probably also trying to eat lunch before 4 p.m., which is apparently a luxury package for business owners. Then your phone rings, but you're busy, so you miss it. And maybe you think, I'll call them back later, but later turns into tonight. Tonight turns into tomorrow. And by the time you remember, that person may have already called somebody else. This happens every single day in small businesses. Not because the owner doesn't care, because the owner is doing too much. They are on team too much. And this is where a simple system can protect you. Because your business should not depend on you catching every single call in real time. That is too much pressure. Here's the part most people don't think about. When someone calls your business, they usually have some level of intent. They're not casually calling just for fun to say hello. They may want to book. They may have a question. They may be comparing their options. They may be ready to buy. But if they do not get a response quickly, that interest starts cooling off. And that cooling off period happens really fast. A lead that felt urgent at 10:03 a.m. may feel completely different by 3 p.m. That is why follow-up speed matters. When you miss the call and there's no system behind it, the lead can drift. And most business owners never even know how much money is leaking out there. They just say, I need more leads. But sometimes the real issue is not lead volume, it is lead response. So, what does missed call text back actually do? It creates an automatic bridge between the missed call and the next conversation. Here's the simple flow. Someone calls your business, you miss the call. The system sends a text automatically. The message says something like, Hi, thanks for calling. Sorry, we missed you. How can we help? That one little message keeps the lead warm. It tells them, hey, we saw you, we care, you're not ignored. And that really matters because people do not always need perfection. They just need acknowledgement. They need a next step. They need to know that they're not shouting into the business owner void, like, hello, anybody home? Missed call text back makes your business feel responsive, even when you're not available in that exact second. This works because it solves three problems at once. First, it helps you respond faster, and speed matters because attention is short. People are busy. They may call three businesses and go with the one that responds first. As simple as that. Second, it builds trust. When someone gets a quick response, your business immediately feels more professional. Third, it starts a conversation, and conversations are where the sales happen. A lot of business owners are trying to get people to buy too quickly, but before people buy, they usually need to feel seen, heard, and guided. That automatic text gives you a chance to move them into the next step. It could be booking a call. It could be answering a quick question. It could even be sending them a link. It could be asking what they need help with. That is the beginning of the real sales process. Now, let me be super clear. Automation should not make your business sound cold or weird. We're not trying to send a message that sounds like it came from a customer service robot trapped in a basement. Please do not say something like, "Your inquiry has been received. A representative will respond within 48 business hours." No, that sounds like the DMV got a side hustle, okay? You want to keep it human. A good missed call text back message should sound like something you would actually say. Simple, warm, clear. Something like, "Hi, thanks for calling. Sorry we missed you. How can we help?" Or, "Hi, this is Timberly's team. Sorry we missed your call. Reply here and let us know what you need help with." The goal is not to pretend the automation is a human. The goal is to use automation to start a human conversation faster. Here's the simple formula that I recommend. Apologize. First, you want to acknowledge, right? Acknowledge them, then apologize, then ask and guide. First, acknowledge the call. "Thanks for calling." Second, apologize briefly. "Sorry we missed you." Third, ask what they need. "How can we help?" Fourth, you want to guide them to the next step if you already know it. For faster help, you can reply here or book a time using this link. Now, you do not need the booking link in the very first text. Sometimes simple is better. If the message is too long, people ignore it. So the best starter message is usually short. Here's a strong one. "Hi, thanks for calling Revenue Stream Builder. Sorry we missed you. Reply here and let us know how we can help." That is enough to restart the conversation after missing their call. This works especially well for service-based businesses. If people call you to ask questions, book appointments, check availability, or get pricing, this should be one of the first automations that you set up. It also works well for coaches, consultants, clinics, med spas, therapists, salons, home services, local businesses, online service providers. Basically, if you missed a call, and it costs you money, this matters to your business. And even if you personally do not answer many calls, this still helps because it creates a professional response path. The key is to stop relying on memory. Memory is not a system. And "I'll call them back later" is not a growth strategy. It's a prayer request, really. So, now, this is where many people stop too early. They set up the missed call and they think they're done, right? But that is only step number one. The real power comes from what happens next. If the person replies, where do they go, right? Do they get a booking link? Do they get tagged as a new lead? Do they go into your pipeline? Do you have a reminder if they do not respond? Right? This is why I always talk about systems, not random automations. A text message is helpful, but a text message connected to a clear follow-up path is so much stronger. The goal is not just to send a text. The goal is to move the lead forward in your business, right? That's why inside of Revenue Stream OS, we are not just setting up isolated tools. We are building the pathway. Okay, so a lead comes in, the system responds, the lead gets guided, and then you can track exactly what happened. Nothing disappears into thin air. That is how your business starts to feel less chaotic. So here's your quick action step for today. I want you to write one missed call text back message for your business. Do not overthink it. Use this format. Hi, thanks for calling your business name. Sorry we missed you. Reply here and let us know how we can help. That's it. That's your starting point. Then ask yourself, where should this lead go next? Should they book a call? Should they answer a question? Should they get a form to fill out? Should they be added to a pipeline in your business? That is the difference between just having automation and actually having structure. And if you're watching this and thinking, Timberly, this sounds good, but I don't want to figure out the tech by myself, that is exactly why I created the Revenue Stream OS trial and the Structured Growth Challenge. Revenue Stream OS is where we help you put this into action. When you start your trial, you're not just getting software and being left to wander around like you're in a grocery store with no list. You also get access to the Structured Growth Challenge so that you can start building in the right order. And you'll have support. That part really matters because a lot of business owners buy tools and then they get stuck. Inside the community, you'll have access to weekly co-working sessions where we can build, test, and troubleshoot together. You'll also have access to custom GPTs that help you think through your setup, your follow-up messages, your offers, your pricing, your customer journey, and the pieces that you need to make your system work. So you're not doing any of it alone. You're building with structure, support, and a clear next step. So here's your next step. You can start your Revenue Stream OS trial. There's a link on the screen, revenuestreamos.com/activate-trial. Once you join, you'll get access to the Structured Growth Challenge. And one of the first things that we can help you set up is your missed call text back system. This is a simple system, but it can make a real difference in your business, in your revenue, because every missed call deserves a follow-up, and every business owner deserves a system that helps them stop losing leads just because life got busy. So again, the link to start your trial is revenuestreamos.com/activate-trial. Then you come into a community, right? You follow the steps, you start building. And remember, you do not need to build everything at once. You just need to build the right next piece. Today, that piece is missed call text back. If this helped you in any way, please make sure that you like this video and subscribe today because I'm posting daily during Small Business Month to help business owners build better systems, get organized, and grow with more confidence. And if you want the link or want help figuring out where your follow-up is breaking down, comment system and I'll point you in the right direction. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Please do like and subscribe. See you soon.